Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, welcome back to the XX Revolution channel. I mean it's not, but like it's starting to feel like that because this is like my fourth video and I'm doing at least one more. Yeah, like what am I doing? What's happening? I bought a lot of stuff from the XX Revolution launch, and basically I wanted to review all of these things to get an idea of what they're like. I ended up picking a few extra things up in the last couple of days, so that's what this particular video is about. So I have the XXTravagant quad. It is, sorry, picked up the wrong thing because they all start to look the same, particularly on the outside. It is this quad. So I used it obviously to create this eye look. I picked up a bronzer in the shade Demo. I picked up a blusher in the shade Risque. I picked up a new fixing spray, it's the moisturizing one. And I also picked up a lip gloss in the shade Heroin. So if you want to see what it is that I thought of all of these items and how I actually did this particular look, because I used some of the foundations, the concealers, the setting powders, the highlighter as well. So it's a whole lot of XX Revolution stuff. Some of them that I've used before in previous videos, all of which I will link down below. But if you want to see those particular products, how they're used, how I find them, how they perform on my skin, then this is the video for you. So do please keep on watching because, you know, that's what we're here for. My eyelids are already primed, and at this point I have two new quads that I got from XX Revolution, along with lots of extra things which you probably saw in the intro. But I have the XX Travagant. Who knows why it is that I'm pronouncing it in this way? And it looks like this, which I think is really pretty. There are two mattes and two shimmers in there, and there is the XX, which I think is going to be a decent dupe for the Natasha Denona Xenon palette. So it's a greyish sort of a thing. So I think what I'm going to do is either, well obviously I still have the XX Travaganza that I want to play with. So I think I might actually go with the XX Travagant, which is this quad here. So yeah, I mean it should be fairly, hopefully, straightforward, she says. So I've already primed my eyelids because for some reason I was weirdly prepared. Not very usual. I am taking this Juvia's Place brush. So I'm taking the brush and I'm going to go into that sort of a berry red sort of a colour. And I'm just going to pop it on here. So at this point, by the time I've put this one up, I'll have had 3 XX Revolution videos up. Who am I? What's going on? Ooh, oh my lord. Look at that pigment. Sorry, like I just realised I have concealer here. That, wow. Jeez, that went on. Hello. That's a gorgeous colour. That's pretty. I like that. I literally have no idea what it is that I'm doing though. So, you know, we do have that. God, the colour on that is really nice. But yeah, this will be my 4th XX Revolution, and I still have to do like an overall review to let you guys know what it is that I think. So I had one video where I used the XX Travaganza, one video where I used the XX Experiment, and I had in each of those videos I was using the Glow Foundation and the Liquid Skin Foundation and did an 8-hour wear test on both. Then in another video I was trying to figure out if XX Revolution were basically duping themselves, and today obviously it's an almost full face of XX Revolution because I went off and I got the bronzer and I had like a blusher as well, in addition to a lip gloss and another setting spray, because well, the other setting spray it's okay, but I wanted to try something else. That has really good pigmentation, like really, really nice pigmentation. Like That's good. That is really, really nice. I have the JS6, which is of course the Morphe Jeffree Star ones, although let's face it, Jeffree's in trouble these days. And I'm going into this silvery shade. Of course, you know me, I don't spill drama over on this channel because I'm lazy and I'd have to go looking for receipts, and I'm too busy in my general life to try and do that. So let's see how well this necessarily picks up, because I just, oh, hello. That is so pretty when the two of them come together. Yeah, I really like that. Using the same Juvia's brush again and going back into that berry colour, I'm just going to stomp a bit more here and just swishy swish. Okay, so I'm taking this Sigma brush. It's the E44, the firm blending brush, and I'm going to go into that black. Pray for me. Pray for me. My lord, I'm very nervous. So I'm going to go in here and tap it here. Black isn't the best. It doesn't seem to be blending that well. So what I might do is pick up the red and the black together. Pray for me. Actually, that blends pretty nicely. Like, you just have to give it a bit of work, but it's not bad. It is not bad. I was being overly dramatic. Don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. Unless, you know, maybe you've come here for my opinion, in which case, yeah, my opinion is very valid. And, yeah. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's a weird day. Well, evening, really, because I've been working all day. And it is now 6:30, something like that. So that's what I'm at. Just take a little bit more of the black. Smooshy, smooshy, blendy, blendy. This is quite a nice quad. I like the colour story of this. Interesting to me. I'm going to now take the berry and the black together on the same brush. And just put them together. Utterly horrific at doing a halo, but will we give it a go? Yeah, I have a Juvia's Place concealer that I like to use for that. So let's just take a little bit onto a Real Techniques brush. So I've done the halo eye, or at least attempted to, and I have a very, very dirty smudger brush because I'm gross and need to clean things, but you're not going to judge me because we're all in this together. Just like, you know, the High School Musical song. God, remember when High School Musical was a thing? Yeah, back before we realised how beautiful Zac Efron was, before he got built. Although I do like a scrawny man. Never mind. I have this Jessup 226 smudger brush, and I'm going to go into this shade here, and I'm going to put that onto where I have put the concealer. And I have to remember to close the concealer because I'm gross and silly and will forget these things. So let's see how this goes. Ooh, that's pretty. Yeah, you're gonna have to dig into the pan a little bit to get your colour, but I mean, that's pretty. I like that, it's very pretty. And I'll probably ruin it then by using one of the duochrome eyeliners, but I want to use was it the purpley one? That was really weird and runny, and of course I can't return those because I've already opened them and swatched them. I did return 2 of the liquid duochrome eyeshadows because I was like, these are trash, these aren't duochrome, they're like not even metallic, they're not even foil, I don't know what they're. They're chrome-ish, but not duochrome. They weren't worth the money, in my opinion, so I returned them. So I have the E33 or E33 by Sigma. It's the Detail Diffused Crease, and it's nice and it's small, not quite as small as the E36, but I don't know where I put that. It probably needs washing anyway. Look, don't judge me, everything's fine, everything's fine. And I'm just gonna softly try and diffuse there. Ooh. Okay, I quite like that. I might zoom you in now so you can actually see it. I'm keeping the glasses off so you can see it properly. I think it looks pretty nice, like, you know, it blended pretty well. Now to add some eyeliner. Let's see how that goes. So I had a little bit of fallout, but it was nothing major. I am getting my sellotape ready because, as I said in, I think it was the first video where I was doing the XX Revolution stuff, I'm not very good at liner. Like it's dodgy at best, and I'm trying to give this as fair a chance as possible. I had also kind of received information that said that if you put a black liner down below the duochrome, it works a bit better, and I found that to be the case with the one that I used on the first day, but I still have to try that really runny purple one. So this could all go horribly wrong, horribly wrong. I'll still like wear it because that's the person that I am, i.e. lazy. I have my Urban Decay Razor Sharp Liner in Perversion, and I'm going to use that. Again, like I said, I'm not great at doing liners, so I did smudge the liner ever so slightly, but you know, it'll do. So I have the 3 liners here, and I believe, it's really hard to tell which one is which. I believe it was this one here, Bolt, that was quite bad. So I'm going to take some tea as well because we need some fortifying. CC is flopped next to me. Okay, it isn't as runny as the last time, so that's good. Maybe I just needed to shake it loads. I still don't think these are worth the money. Oh yeah, that's kind of runny. And the fact that I'm having to go back in to get more product, not great. Yeah, I'm still not 100% sold on those, if I'm honest. And now for this, that'll do. And there we go. I'm going to use my FIXX primer, which is what I had been using anyways. And Elena pointed out to me, and she's right, I'd used way too much colour corrector the last time. See, the thing is, I don't have bad skin that often, but right now, or in the last week or so, it have been really so bad. So I sometimes use green colour correctors for when there's a little bit of redness, but I had obviously applied way too much, and if you looked at the footage, it was like, oh bish, you are green, and I didn't want to throw out the footage because I was like, nah, just show them what an idiot you actually are. So that's what I did. I'm going to use the liquid skin, and I have found the nicest way to apply it, because I would normally, well not normally, but I have gotten into the habit of using brushes, but I find a sponge actually helps it. It doesn't end up looking as cakey. So I'm going to take a few pumps there. I'm not going to bother doing any colour correcting this time. Again, on camera it looks really ghostly, but it is actually genuinely a good colour for me. The bronzer I got, I'm a little bit nervous about because it was really hard to tell online as to which ones were the lightest. So I wish they had kind of categorized them by lightest first, but it is what it is, you know? Again, the smell on this isn't bad. It's tolerable. Like, I like it. It's very fresh smelling. But it wouldn't be for everyone. Obviously, some people prefer unscented things, unless you're Elena. She always likes scented things, unless it's the Glow FIXX spray, which I haven't using today. I've used it in the last 3 videos. I've got a new one, and I want, well, not like a new Glow FIXX, but like a new setting spray from XX Revolution, because I wanted to try that and see how that would look. I mean, that looks pretty okay, I think. Just to give you more of an idea of these things. And I have the concealer, and I'm going to take, if I can find it, because I'm not very bright today, my Zoeva concealer buffer brush. I love it. And I'm trying to take as little concealer as possible, because obviously that's not what you should be doing. And it's in the shade CX 0.1, and the liquid twin that I was using was in like 0.05, which is like the lightest one, because, you know, I am a zombie. Which is, by the way, the lyrics of a Pretty Reckless song. So if you happen to know that, well done. It's a really specific reference. I don't really know anyone else who listens to them. There we go. And I have found that the setting powder is very, very glowy. Like, it's like a different colour to my skin, and it's fine for like all over the face, but definitely not under the eyes. So instead I'm using an e.l.f. powder. So I'm hoping actually this is like a useful video in terms of like even just using the products and figuring out how to get them to work for you. There wasn't really any contouring stuff, so I'm going to, once I've done this, I'm actually going to contour, do my brows, etc. off camera, because you would be bored silly. And we'll come back, because I still have the bronzer, I have a lip gloss, and I have a blusher, and we're going to use the highlight again, and some of the settings powder, and the Glow Skin. It's like the FIXX Moisturizing Fixing Mist. So yeah, we're almost there. We're getting there. Okay, so I'm back. I have powder all over my shirt, but we're not gonna worry too much about that. I'm gonna zoom you into the eyes now that I have the lashes done. I put a nice kind of a wine coloured liner on. It's the Dose of Colours in the shade New Flame, which is really pretty, in my opinion. I really like this sort of a burgundy look on me. I also did a little bit of contouring, nothing massive, but I think this is really pretty. You can see it a bit more when I take the glasses off. I have the XX Bronze Matte Bronzer in the shade Demo. So let's have a little look-see at this, because we do have other things obviously to look at. So this is it. I do think it might be a bit dark on me, but we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna give it a go. I've said that very fast and repetitively because I am genuinely nervous. Just taking my Sigma F40, I like using that, and I'm just very, very lightly dipping into it. And I'm doing the Robert Welch. I'm just gonna put it like this. Very nervous. And yeah, it might be a bit dark for me, but I mean, I'm so pale it's difficult to get anything that is like a good colour for me. I think when I apply the foundation with a sponge, I can't tell the difference between the liquid skin and the glow skin. I kind of talked about that in my last video, so again I'll link that down below if you haven't seen it. Because I actually think they give you a pretty similar finish. Sauce Robert, sorry, look away now, look away, cause I'm swirling back and forth. And I like to put a little bit of bronzer under the chin, or not under the chin, under the lip, and also under the chin, because you know. And even though nobody will see this, I'll put some bronzer here, because Well, I don't have to justify myself. I can do what I want. It's fine. It's all fine. And I mean, that's a decent colour for me. It looks okay on the camera, at least from what I can see. And I also got a blush. So it is the XXS blush in the shade Risque. And it reminds me a little bit of Orgasm by NARS. Just a little bit, like not, it's a more pink version, but it has like a little bit of glitter, not glitter, but like a little bit of a shimmer to it, which, if you don't know this about me, I love a shimmery blush. It makes me really, really happy. So I'm going to try and find a brush somewhere. That'll do. I have this buffing brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to go into this. Don't want to take up too much. Let's just see how this goes. Doesn't give you a huge amount of colour, so you can, that's good, because that means you can build it up. I like that. Like, I don't like a clown blush. A little bit on the nose, because isn't that what they're saying that you have to do these days? All the young folks, that's what they're doing. Don't judge me. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So it's like this, and I have found I don't really like putting the powder puff to it. I just don't. So instead, I'm just going to swirl it all over. Absolutely all over. And you're just going to have to deal with it. I'm sorry. It is what it is. I gave this such a bad rap the first time I was using it because I thought this was the thing that had glitter in it. It was actually the Glow Fixing Mist, which now Elena loves despite the smell. She hates the smell. I don't mind the smell. So I don't know how to describe it. Maybe she got like a bad batch because mine smells like sort of a cucumber, because she was like, it smells like garbage. And I was like, whoa, that is not good. Not good at all. Like, I'm just saying, it's not what you want. So I have tried that, and I quite like it. I don't think it's good for the under eyes because there's a lot of colour to it. You can see it's kind of warmed up my face quite a bit. Like, it's pretty good for my skin tone. Bearing in mind that I am essentially Casper the Friendly Ghost. If you know me, you know that I like to put setting spray on before I put on a highlight, because I do have the highlight here. It's in the shade Echo. And I'm going to try that again because I wasn't exactly wowed by it the first time. I actually think that the Ecstasy blush palette, because there are two shades in there that perform really nicely as like a cream highlight. I think that's like nicer, although it's very glittery. If you don't like a glittery highlight, that will not be the thing for you. I find this one to be quite chalky, the powder I mean. So this is the FIXX. It is a rejuvenating fixing mist for natural radiant skin. It has antioxidants, avocado and coconut extract. Yeah, so it says it is the moisturizing fixing mist. So let's give it just a good shake, because, you know, where do I put my glasses? But they're not on my head. Okay. It does smell very nice, I must say. It does smell very, very nice. And like I said, I have the highlighter here. And I'm going to take a brush somewhere. Where are you? Where is the brush that I can use? There we go. It's a Real Techniques brush, it'll do. And I'm just going into that, and there we go. Yeah, it performs much better what you see when there's a setting spray. I don't like the spray as much, like as in the, what do you call it, like the nozzle, the squirt on that one as much as on the Glow. Like, it's a bit different. Like, that's much weaker, in my opinion. But sure, what do I know? What do I know? Very little. Very, very little. How much highlight is too much highlight? mean, it's nice. It's a nice highlight. It doesn't give me a cast. I know some people are very concerned about that. I personally don't mind. There are my glasses. There. We're in a much better place, although my glasses are now filthy. So we're almost there now. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go and fix my hair, and we'll come back and we'll put on the lip gloss together, and I can tell you what it is that I think of all of these things together. I'm back and I'm a smidgen more presentable. That's the word. I really like the way this skin is looking. Also, do you like my hairband? I got it in Tesco. I think it's super, super cute. So now we're at the very, very last thing, and I have the XX Revolution XX Glow Strobe Liquid Lip Gloss in the shade Heroin, which, you know, that should be interesting. When I looked at this, it reminded me a little bit of Lunar Beauty's lip gloss in the shade Celine. It looks kind of similar. This is what it looks like. But what I will say is it's around about the same price, so it's not like it's a dupe per se. I'm just gonna line my lips first. Although Lord knows I don't really have enough kind of lip liners that match these particular things. I have the Lime Crime Velveteens in the shade Topist, so that will do. Do you like the precision? That'll do. And let's see. It's quite sweet smelling. It's not unpleasant like. Like, it's unusual for me to go for a shade like this, but I liked the one from Lunar Beauty so much that I was like, maybe this is for you. I mean, it gives a similar effect, but I will say it doesn't, it's not like as opaque as the Lunar Beauty one. Like, you can still see my natural lips through this, and I don't think it gives you quite the same plumping effect. It smells quite nice. Like, I can't be annoyed at it. So, I mean, this is the finished look. I know, so beautiful. Much difficult, but let's actually talk about the items themselves. So first thing we had was the XXTravagant eyeshadow quad. You can see I've done a fair amount of damage to that, particularly this shade here. It is quite foily, so bear that in mind. I really liked that. I think it gave like a really nice look at the end of the day, so I'm very happy in recommending that. I used the liquid skin again along with the concealer. I have now kind of more figured out, I was always happy with the concealer, so you know, but this I've now figured out if I apply it with a sponge, it gives a much nicer sort of a look, so I'm quite happy with that. Same with the setting powder. I've now kind of figured out how to play about with it and get it to work, so I'm happy with that. New things then today include the bronzer in the shade Demo. It looks like this. So the packaging is pretty consistent, and a blusher in the shade Risque, which I still think looks a little bit like the NARS Orgasm one. They're very subtle, you can build them up, and they work really nicely on a very pale skin tone like myself. And I of course had the new setting spray. It is the FIXX. It's the Moisturizing Fixing Mist. I much prefer the smell of this one than the other one. The smell of the coconut is fabulous, and I like that there's no glitter in it. So like I think it gives a really nice sort of an overall look. And then the very last thing that I had, of course, was the lip gloss. And oh yes, highlighter. The highlighter worked out a little bit better today. Like, it's not exactly blinding, but I can totally work with it. So I'm not angry at it, but I think it is probably pricier than it should be for what it is. That's just my opinion. And finally, the lip gloss. I like the lip gloss. It feels quite comfortable on. It's very subtle. I do think it's very similar to Celine by Lunar Beauty in terms of the look of it, like the color story. But I think it feels different and it doesn't give you the same sort of a look that Lunar Beauty would themselves. But that is it. That is another little thing of all of the ridiculous amount of XX Revolution stuff that I've got. I'll probably have like one more video on this, just talking about all of them together. At some point I will get the Natasha Denona 5-pan, and I want to compare it to this, which is the XX Distinguish, the black grey quad from XX Revolution. But yeah, I still have to play with these a little bit more until I can kind of give my overall opinion on things. So keep an eye out for a huge review roundup, because I have a lot of XX Revolution stuff here. Like there is a lot. Like I did lose my mind. I also used obviously the eyeliner duo again, or not duo, the eyeliner. They're all right, but like I wouldn't, like if they were half the price, then I'd be like, yeah, okay, they're decent, but for the price that they're at, no, not for me. But that is it. That is the end of the video. Well done on getting this far. You're a good human and I like you. Do please like, comment and subscribe. You've no idea how much it helps me. And Cece likes it too, you know, and it's all about keeping her happy. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. But that is it. That is the end of the video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.